Hi guys, it's Sarah from Pursue and we're going to go through a quad biased leg press. So the leg press machine can be used for different ways. You can bias your glutes or you can bias your quads depending on where you put your feet on the plate and obviously the thought process behind it. So we're going to go through a quad biased one first. So to get in, hold on to the handle, get yourself in and then slide yourself down. So the most important thing here setup wise is that I want to have my back, or right at the bottom of my back is going to be lodged up against this pad. What we don't want is this, and when we're pushing up, a lot of pressure on that lower spine, and we don't want the vertebrae coming off each other. So it's really important that you get that lower back tucked in as much as you can. So because we're going to use our quads, we're going to bring our feet a little bit lower and a little bit narrower because we want to create as much knee bend as we possibly can, because when we flex the knee and then we extend it, it's going to be quads that are using that. Feet are in that position, a little bit lower, nice and narrow, and then we're going to press up slightly, and then these handles come up and out, up, out. And then from there, I'm in a nice comfortable position now. I'm going to hold on to these handles. This is also really important to keep those hips pinned in as much as possible. So there will be times when you think, oh, I don't really need these. Trust me, the more you pull yourself in, like you're on a roller coaster, pull yourself in and you're pushing your glutes into that pad, the better it is for that back. Your core is going to be engaged and all that is going to come onto your quads. So from here, I'm pinning my hips down, I'm pulling on those handles. I'm slowly going to bring these in, and I'm aiming here. My knees are going to go towards my chest. Once I'm at the bottom point, I'm going to drive my heels in, and then I'm squeezing my glutes. So I'm slowly coming down. 1, 2, 3, pause, drive. 1, 2, 3, pause, drive. And as you can see here, the most important thing, so my heels need to stay on the plate. Because we're driving from our heels, what we don't want is if it comes down, 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 my heels are coming off, and then I'm pressing through the balls of my feet, which is not what we want. So if your core is engaged, and when you feel the natural point where your heels are about to come off, that's when you sink them in to drive up. So what we also don't want to do is have any bounce at the top, which is why it's very important to make sure that that drive upwards is controlled as much as you can. Yes, we want it to be contracted kind of quickly so we can contract the muscle, but we don't want it out of control, so I kind of contract and then we get that bouncing, because all that does is it just puts loads and loads of pressure through your joints, which is not what we want. Another thing as well is a lot of times people ask, do I lock out my knees or not? And it's a really, really good question. I always recommend, as beginners, don't fully lock your knees out. Have a slight bend. Only reason, because there's a lot of things to think about. When you build it up and when you get more familiar with the technique, then yes, you can lock them out. But you also have to make sure that you squeeze your quads at the top. So if I come down and then I press up and I lock my knees out, if I squeeze those quads, I can feel all that on my quads. If I relax them, then it all comes onto my knees, and that's not what we want there. So I always say, as a beginner, just have a really slight bend in the knees, still extended, but just a very slight bend. Then once you finish the set, lock them back in, that comes on there, and then you can get out from the side. In terms of weight, this is a self-leveling machine. So what that means is, obviously you can see here, there's 15 kg on this side. You don't have to put the same on the other side. So you could load that up with 100 kg if you wanted to, and nothing on this side. It would be exactly the same. So that is a quad biased leg press.